Live life as if there's a great and powerful God that's going to judge you. Because, truth be told, there is. His name is Jesus. Okay? Live every moment of your life as if someday you're going to have to give an account for everything that you've ever done. You know, those girls that you went and slept with, or those two-mans you've been doing, you're going to have to give an account for that. But also, you're also going to have to give an account for all the good that you've done. You know, when the enemy told you to not go to church, but you fought the urges to not go and went anyways, and ended up being blessed. Don't live life as if there's no consequences, because there's consequences to everything that you do, both good and bad. Life is very, very interesting in the sense that everything that we do has some sort of effect. Okay, some sort of effect. Everything that we do is written in the book of life. Everything that you have ever done is written in the book of life. Everything, from every thought, every action, every detail, has been written in the book of life, good and bad. You know. But what really matters is, you know, if your name is in the Lamb's Book of Life. Okay? As if your name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life. Because if it is, then every bad thing that you have done, God doesn't see it. It's still written in that book, but God doesn't see it. He sees your name in the Lamb's Book of Life. What am I saying right now? Rejoice in the Lord. Okay? Rejoice in the Lord. Rejoice in everything that He's done for you. The sacrifices that God has done for you. And also, just because everything that you've done, both good and bad, has been written down, doesn't mean that God is going to judge you unrighteously. He's going to judge you righteously. There's two judgments, one for the believer and one for the unbeliever. Okay? The one for the unbeliever, everything that you've done, you're going to get judged. Like, it's just, God's going to be, yo, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? And then in the end, you're going to be thrown into hell. Simple as that. Now, for the believer, all of your works, and fact check this in the Bible. All right, I don't have verses right now. I just picked up my phone and recorded this video. But for the believer, we are going to be going through something called the judgment seat of Christ, where all of our works, both good and bad, is going to be thrown into a furnace. And what comes out of that furnace is either going to be smoke, it's either going to be gems, precious metals, diamonds, all that good stuff. There may not seem like there's any spiritual significance to that stuff now. Diamond and rocks, just freaking go to a shop and look at that. No, these are eternal rewards that we're getting. But here's the condemnation for the believer in that moment. You do not want there to be more smoke than there are rewards. Because then that means you have lived your life however you wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Live it. And not only is every single believer in existence going to be there at that judgment, watching you get judged, right? But also God Himself, the Trinity, they're going to be there too. You think they want to see all this smoke come out the furnace and barely any rewards? No, they don't want to see that. You don't want to see that. You're going to feel so ashamed, so hurt. How? Why did I live my life for myself? Why didn't I just listen to God, Yes, I'm saved, but like, at what cost? Yes, I'm saved, but I have nothing to give to Christ. I have no rewards to give to Christ. Nothing but smoke has arisen from this furnace. You don't want that. Okay? So therefore, live your life the way how God wants you to live it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.